Funerals, burials, and cremation since 1975. Curtis and Son Funeral Home, Sylacauga, Childersburg, 256-245-4361. Since 1975, Curtis and Son Funeral Home, Sylacauga, Childersburg. Mr. Ray Cooper Sr., age 80, of Bonaire, died Saturday at his residence. Memorial service will be held today at 2 o'clock in Curtis and Son Funeral Home in Childersburg. That's 1099 First Street Northwest in Childersburg. Fond memories and expressions of sympathy may be shared at curtisandsonfunerals.com for the Cooper family. Curtis and Son Funeral Home, Childersburg Chapel, directing. Visitation for Dexter Blackman, age 74, of Sylacauga, is Thursday from 5 till 8 o'clock at Curtis and Son Funeral Home, Childersburg Chapel. Funeral service will follow on Friday at 2 p.m. from the Childersburg Chapel. Burial in the Green Hill Memorial Gardens. All services will be officiated by the Reverend Mark Deason. Online condolences at curtisandsonfunerals.com. Curtis and Son Funeral Home, Childersburg Chapel, directing. Martha Sue Hamilton Paul, a longtime resident of Tuscaloosa and a native of Sylacauga, died June 21st. Graveside service will be held at the Marble City Cemetery here in Sylacauga. Online condolences at curtisandsonfh.com. Curtis and Son Funeral Home, North Chapel, will direct that service. That graveside service will be held on Thursday at 9 a.m. from Marble City Cemetery in Sylacauga. The family of Dante Beck, age 45, announced his passing on June 21st. Terry's Metropolitan Mortuary will announce the arrangements. Franklin McNeely, age 74, died June 20th. Funeral arrangements to be announced by Community Funeral Home. LaDavian Morris, age 36, died June 17th. Community Funeral Home announcing. And Billy Ray Thomas, age 57, died June 19th. Community Funeral Home will announce the arrangements. Funeral service for Donna Blanchard, age 64, Sylacauga, is today at 2 o'clock from Odina Baptist Church, with Dr. Danny Corson officiating. Burial in the Odina Baptist Church Cemetery of Sylacauga. Mrs. Blanchard died Saturday, June 18th at Princeton Baptist Medical Center. Visitation is today 1 until 2 at the at Odina Baptist Church. That's 1 until 2 today at Odina Baptist Church. In lieu of flowers, donation can be sent to the Odina Baptist Church, Radney Smith Funeral Home, Sylacauga, directing. Celebration of Life service for Linda Burton will be Saturday, June 25th at First Baptist Church in Talladega at 11 o'clock. Visitation from 10 until 11. In lieu of flowers, donation can be made to the First Baptist Church, P.O. Box 696, Talladega, or the Ark of North Talladega County, P.O. Box 853, Talladega, or Rainbow Omega, P.O. Box 740 in East Aboga. Ms. Burton died Wednesday, June the 15th. Ursery Funeral Home in Talladega in charge of the arrangements. Funeral service for Eddie Heath, age 78, is 11 o'clock, June 24th, from Terry's Mortuary Chapel. Visitation will be Thursday, June 23rd, from 1 until 7 o'clock. Terry's Metropolitan Mortuary, directing. Emerus Aaron Bowman, age 82, formerly of Pell City. There will be a funeral service on Saturday at 2 o'clock, June 25th, at Mineral Springs Baptist Church in Pell City, with interment in the Bowman Cemetery. Visitation will be held at Mineral Springs Baptist Church on Saturday from 1 until service time. Online condolences at urseryfuneralhome.com. Ursery Funeral Home, Pell City, directing. And celebration remembering the life of Jimmy McNeil will be today at 11 o'clock from Lane's Chapel Cemetery. Professional services entrusted to S.M. Goodson Funeral Home and Crematory in Talladega. That's a look at obituaries this morning, brought to you by Curtis and Son Funeral Home, the North Chapel on Highway 21 in Sylacauga, and the Childersburg Chapel on Highway 280 in Childersburg. 256-245-4361 for pre-need to at-need funerals, burials, and cremations since the mid-70s. It's Curtis and Son Funeral Home, Sylacauga, Childersburg.